Promise me. Mika, promise me, please.
Fine, I promise you I won't buy a Ouija board.
Thank
okay?
You promised me you weren't going to. You look at me like that. You promised me you weren't going to mess with that stuff.
No, I promised you I wasn't going to buy a Ouija board.
Oh,
I didn't buy a Ouija
you
board.
knew exactly what I meant.
I borrowed a Ouija board.
How dare you?
Hello everyone, it's Horror Movie Maniacs here again. Something a little bit different. We are all in our own homes for once, not in the HQ. But that's all right, a little bit more comfort. My name's Grant. If you don't know it by now, then, well, don't know what to tell you. And I'm here with my co-host Ben.
Hi guys, thanks for listening once again. And for the first time ever, we have a very special guest on the show. So we are here with Luke Melia.
Hiya, thanks for having me.
No worries, thanks for coming on. So Luke, you have a particularly cool job in my eyes anyway. So would you like to just tell us a little bit about what you do?
So my job is a tabletop game designer, board games, card games, that type of thing, for all kinds of licensed and unlicensed stuff. And at the moment, we're working on a few horror-related games.
See, that is exactly what I want to hear, to be fair.
That ties in nicely, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Nicely.
It does indeed. It gets me a little bit excited, you know. So
I'm with you.
Yeah. So Luke, are you able to say what you're working on at the moment, or is it all top secret?
Top secret.
We've got a game based on the Saw franchise, Saw the Jigsaw Trials, which is all I can say about it at the moment.
Oh, you tease. What
a tease. Hopefully it's not too far off.
Okay.
And no, that really is all I can say at the
moment. Does it involve us being, playing with razor blades and stuff like that, or is it a little bit more family friendly?
It's I wouldn't say family friendly. It doesn't involve razor blades. I think I can say that. But now I'm thinking maybe you should have. That's a good idea.
I mean, actual physical trials would be lovely.
I was going to say, are we actually going to be feeling some hardcore pain when you're,
First step is you have to take some like hallucinogens and then just go in a dark room and play the videotape. Go.
Yeah. Oh my God, that tape so scary.
I know, right? You get your own.
That sounds absolutely gutted. You can't say more, but I'm super excited for that.
As soon as I can, it will be everywhere.
Excellent.
Teaser, isn't it?
That is a teaser and a half. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
So. Is there anything else that you can talk about?
We've got there was a unique original game that we released last year called 1%.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're doing the first licensed version of that soon, which is based on Evil Dead 2.
The best one.
I was going to say amazing. Yeah, absolutely love that film. So,
it's so good.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's 1% is like a kind of fast-paced card game, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Uno, but with a bit more strategy to it, a bit more design to it.
Yeah. Nice.
And the Evil Dead one should be, quite exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see all the artwork and stuff on that, because I think Evil Dead has got some really good, like, how'd you put it, graphics and stuff on it, really. They have some really good art.
Proper Iconiq scenes, yeah.
Nice.
And these are actual board games I'm genuinely excited about. Do you know what I mean? Board games are always fun, but like this one adds a little bit of extra. And I would love to get it and then scare my family with it as well. That would give me even more enjoyment.
Yeah, I think your dad will love it, wouldn't he?
He'd make out it's easy, and then he would be the first one to quit, I reckon.
Really?
He stops at the money. That's his level of toughness. He would never go on fairground rides. Even teacups he wouldn't go on. So.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know.
So he's not
He'd be like, let's do it. And then
hardcore like Monopoly player or anything like that.
No, I think we'd get into fights if we ever played Monopoly.
Everyone gets into fights at Monopoly, mate.
I thought that's half the reason to play Monopoly.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd go out of my way to like bankrupt him. I would cheat as much as possible just to absolutely destroy him. So
can't say I'm surprised, to be honest.
No, well, how dare you? But
yeah. Well, oh no, man, both of those. I mean, I know you haven't said much about the first one, but both of those sound really cool. So
you don't need to. Sounds amazing.
Excited for those, yeah.
Both of them should be quite good, hopefully. And then next year, We've got an unlicensed, a completely original horror game coming, which is probably the biggest thing I think I've worked on.
Wow.
It's been in the works for a couple of years.
Wow.
It's 1 to 6 player, much larger scale board game called Rituals.
Okay.
Nice.
That sounds intriguing. Yeah, I was going to say very nice.
Can't say too much yet, but we have been testing this for a long time.
Okay.
It's got some great horror themes in there, I think, and some gameplay that we haven't really seen before in tabletop gaming. And so far, the feedback's been really good. So, of course, I'll send you both on to test when we get
happy with that.
Amazing. Yeah, I will happily test that.
That's what I'm very excited about.
Talk about a salesman.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Where can I buy this? Pre-order now.
Yeah, it's so kind. No, I look forward to trying that. That does sound amazing as well.
Yeah, gotcha.
This podcast is the first time we've publicly said anything about Rituals and Evil Dead 1%.
Wow. Look at us. We are privileged. Grant, we are super privileged.
So. Exclusive. Be banging at my door in a minute.
That's it.
Yeah.
Luke, thank you very much for revealing those on here. Yeah, thanks for choosing us. So
check that out.
Yeah, they all sound amazing. Right,
are we allowed to say anything about the logo? Because I feel like we need to praise that, no?
Yeah, I think so. We can, can't we?
Yeah, I think people know that I made the logo for the group. This was a little while ago now, wasn't it? We did this.
Yeah, it was.
It was meant to be. It was like a concept as a stand-in, and I think it just sort of stuck around. And now you've changed it and used it for all sorts of things.
Yeah, I came into Horror Movie Maniacs a little bit later. Obviously, Ben's done this for a long time. And the first thing that grabbed me was that logo. I was like, wowza. And then obviously we've had a few variations and they're incredible.
Yeah, Luke, I can't thank you enough for sorting out the logo. I'm
glad you like them. I enjoy it. It's good fun.
They're really cool. I mean, now, like you can see right there, stickers and badges, and hopefully more merch in the future. And,
yeah, I mean, we got some listeners overseas, haven't we? So
yeah,
for some of them that may have not seen it on Facebook or not, I wanted to make sure we got that in there because I mean, it's part of the identity of Horror Movie Maniacs, really, isn't it? It's incredible.
Yeah, it's without doubt. Yeah, Luke. Without you, Luke, we would have had just a really terrible, shoddy logo. So, thanks, man. One, I don't think Photoshop even works on my shitty laptop. So, and two, I wouldn't know how to use it anyway.
No, I'd hand draw it and just hope for the best.
I mean, that's an idea, isn't it? Do a hand drawn one.
I think my kid could do better, to be honest, than me doing it. Oh, God.
See, I want to see that now, though, man. You've got to draw it out. I want to
see that now.
Yeah, without doubt.
It'd just be illegible.
Be like
do you know what's weird? This is a tangent here, right? But I was watching. I don't know if you ever watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it's like one of my all-time favorite comedies. And today there was an episode, and they have their own board game called Charlie McDennis. It's completely ridiculous. But Danny DeVito plays Frank. He always loses, so he decides to drug them all, and they all wake up chained to pipes in the basement, and he's dressed up as Billy.
Really?
How well timed is this one?
Yeah. Oh man, let me know what one that is. I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's so good. They all have to stab themselves with car batteries, but it's funny. You gotta watch it.
Nice. Yeah, man. I'll check that out.
That coincidentally is the concept for their Saw game.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I knew there was some physical torture coming.
Yeah. I bet you can't wait, Grant. Can you? You can't
wait. I'm going to get my batteries now.
I was just going to say, pop down a local shop, get your batteries. Yeah.
I'm in Halfords first thing in the morning, mate.
Yeah. Good stuff. Right. I think we've just got one question then, really. I think we're going to ask everyone this. So, Luke, what is your favourite horror moment? Let's say
favourite horror moment.
Yeah, I was going to say film for a second, and then I thought, no.
We're making it deep here.
Everyone does film.
Or a memory moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a very obvious one for me. It's got to be the chest burster from Alien.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be that one.
I think everyone's going to guess that's what I'm going to say.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
It is a truly iconic scene.
See, I love Resurrection, with that, like, in the ship. I know that everyone hates Resurrection, but I like it.
Resurrection is underrated, I think.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. You shake your head, Ben.
But it is good.
Yeah, and no, it's not the best one. No, but it was the one I was sort of first allowed to watch.
Really?
Yeah. And I just remember, like where they're dripping the aliens, where he's messing about, he's dripping the alien blood on the guy's leg, and obviously he's disabled, so he can't feel it. And just
yeah.
Sigourney Weaver saying, "Kill me." Stuff like that. Yeah, it's iconic.
I probably need a rewatch. I'm pretty sure I saw that on VHS years ago. So no, but I'm a little bit older than you, and I Grant. So
yeah, not much, just about 15, 20 years.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that put me 55, 60. Cheeky bastard. Yeah, I might look at it today, to be honest. But...
I was just trying to do the math then.
Yeah.
I bet you look exquisite.
Lies, but thanks very much, man. So do you in your muscle vest there, man. You're looking good.
Yeah, the only thing missing is a muscle.
He'll come, dude. He'll come.
I've got zero interest in the gym, sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, absolutely iconic scene there. Love the first Alien film. Love Aliens. Alien 3. Should we touch on that quick, or should we just say fuck that and move on?
I hate number 3.
You hate it. But you like number 4.
Yeah. I like all of them. I like Covenant, Prometheus. I just don't like 3. I find it really boring.
No, Prometheus and Covenant for me were a big no.
I didn't even bother watching them.
Covenant wasn't great, but I did like Prometheus. But it does go off on its own. It's not really Alien, is it? To be honest,
it's very odd. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is odd. Giant
is it just
rubber aliens?
Okay, I was going to say, is it like loads and loads of talking? It looks really dialogue-y and really, not that.
It's definitely more sort of. I don't know what the right word is, but yeah, the main thing is like these ancient people, which are like aliens, but they're like giant bald men. It's really hard to explain, to be honest, but it's odd. Yeah, it is odd.
Without going on a huge rant about them, my biggest issue with Prometheus was that it took the most interesting mystery of Alien, the space jockey, and just turned it into a blind man.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, I probably won't ever watch it. I'm not going to lie and say I'll get around to it. Probably won't. So, as Grant knows, he quite often says to me, "Don't you? Have you seen this?" I'm like, "No, I've seen fuck tons of horror movies, but for some reason, every time Grant asks me if I've seen one, I haven't seen
it." Yeah, there is a lot of that, to be honest.
So yeah, I'm not.
Sometimes you surprise me though.
Yeah. I watched Train to Busan, didn't I, for you?
Yeah, it took me about a year to make you watch it.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list.
Oh, come on!
No, I've seen so many horror films, you wouldn't believe it. I haven't seen it.
No, it's fair enough.
Luke, that's what you're watching tonight, mate.
No, it's a proper classic as well. I need to get it watched.
Yeah, I should have watched it sooner. Grant was right. It's very good. So, but
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I know. Right, we've gone off on a bit of a tangent, haven't we?
Yeah.
What? No, go on, carry on.
Who, me?
Well, yeah, I thought you were just about. You went and.
Oh well, I was going to say As Above, So Below, which I don't think you've seen yet.
That is very good. That was almost on my list because it's a bit underrated as well.
It really is underrated, isn't it? No one talks about it.
Shall I watch it later?
You've got to. It's so good. I've watched it 4 times, and that's a lot for me. I don't typically rewatch.
No, I know. Okay, I'll watch it later. I need time to watch it later, so I'll watch that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
If I don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting on.
I don't think you will with this one. No? It's really claustrophobic.
If it's longer than an hour and a half, I can't promise you.
No, I think it's an hour and a half.
Okay. Yeah. I've not got a short attention span or anything. I just fall asleep a lot.
So... I've done that every night this week, though, to be honest.
Yeah, well, but you're there by yourself. Are you there by yourself all week?
Yeah, I've got no one to put me to bed either. I'm absolutely useless.
I mean, I would pop over, man, but
pop around there,
yeah, I was going to say, give you a little nightcap, tuck you in. Yeah,
that sounds nice.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, really, yeah. Stand outside the window.
Bedtime story.
Yeah. Stand outside your window.
Right.
But right, yeah. Anyway, we should probably move on from that kind of stuff, shouldn't we? So,
yeah, go on.
Yeah, absolutely great stuff there, Alien. Love it. So, Luke, for the actual film we're going to talk about today, eventually, we did what we like to call our wheel, or Grant come up with this, the wheel of misfortune.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. So, Luke, we asked for roughly 10 horror movies that you like, stuck them on the wheel of names online, and gave it a good spin. And it came out with a Paranormal Activity. What are you doing?
Gave it a good spin.
Yeah, gave it a good spin, man. You saw it.
Yeah, I loved it. A good spin.
Yeah, man. It was at least 30 seconds of spinning.
I know. I was very happy what it landed on because this film is just the nuts. It's such a good film.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's discuss.
Do we want to cover what else was on that list, or?
We could do, but we could briefly chat about it after, I reckon.
Yeah.
Although I can't remember for the life of me, but I
kept it with me in case you asked. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
See, I like that. A prepared guest.
That was the extent of my preparation.
Oh, okay.
That's already more than me.
I was just going to say, yeah, no disrespect there, but yeah, that will be more than you, won't it, Grant? So
how dare you?
There's me, and I've got about an A4 pad of 200 pages, you know. But
I could barely put my dinner together. You want me to write something down? Are you mad?
Yeah. Right. So yeah, let's have a chat then about Paranormal Activity.
Right, let's talk Paranormal Activity then, shall we? I'm going to do my usual and give you guys a synopsis. Synopsis? That's a word. Bear in mind, there's not much of one, but it doesn't need to be. Anyway, after moving into a suburban home, a couple becomes increasingly disturbed by a nightly demonic presence. Now, that's not completely true, though, is it? Because most of it's at night, but there is one bit in the day.
Spoiler already, you jumped away.
You know what I mean?
Bloody hell.
I'm 16 years old. If you haven't seen it by now, then that's on you. I was
going to say, you're like 2/3 of the way in already. But yeah, most of it's at night, and then of course it gets creepier. Yeah, one in the day. But
it's inaccurate.
It's inaccurate. Who made the synopsis? Where'd you get it from? Was it good?
It's on IMDb, so
I don't know. Yeah.
Shame on you.
Shame on me.
Well, shame on IMDb.
Oh, okay, yeah, pointing at me.
No, we love you all.
Well, okay, right. Let's kick it off then by saying let's chat a little bit about story. No, scrap that.
Money.
I'm gonna money. That's it. Money. Let's start with the money. We always start with the money. So budget was $15,000 US dollars.
Jeez.
15 grand.
Okay, yeah, I'll shut up. Go on.
Yeah, shut up. That's silly money, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. For a film, that is extremely cheap.
Well, not just for a film, but how bloody good of a film.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to know what it took at the box office?
I bloody well do, yeah.
All right, let me have a look. Let me check my notes. I have down here $194.2 million American dollars.
It took nearly 200 million.
It took nearly $200 million off of a 15,000 budget.
That makes these idiots look like shit.
Yeah.
If the three of us chuck $5,000 each, then we could do this.
There you go.
Turn the recording off. Let's go do this. Let's go get it done.
Grant, get your OnlyFans going, mate. Come on.
Seagull Revenge. Here it comes.
Yeah, without doubt. It's a good title. I like that. But
well, I feel like there's something more catchy, but we'll go with that for now.
Yeah, for now. Work in progress, isn't it? Working title. There you go. So, but yeah,
that's crazy money, though, isn't it?
Obviously, made a fuck ton of money and spawned a lot of sequels, all of varying quality. Let's say for now. But well, I'll say that I haven't seen them all. But
no, you're pretty much spot on, though.
I've seen a few. Yeah. So right, let's start off by having a quick chat about the story. We're not going to run through the whole story. It wouldn't take long, would it? But we're not going to run through the whole story.
Not really, no.
But let's say, well, what do we all think of the story, Luke? So do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I mean, I think the story is quite easy to sum up. There's this fellow called Mika who gets told, "Don't fuck about with this demon," and he fucks about with it, and then faces the consequences.
Exactly. That's a much better. That is a much better synopsis than IMDb.
That pretty much is it, isn't it?
So I'm going to petition to have Luke's synopsis on there.
Yeah. I think the simplicity of the story is what helps make it such a good horror film, because it's a very quick and basic setup. You know, there's a couple. Stuff's going on in the house, fairly normal. They do a clever thing of establishing quite early. This isn't tied to the house. This is haunted house stuff happening, but it's not tied to the house. It's tied to her. You can go wherever you want. This is going to follow you.
Yeah,
that sets it up quite well, because all of a sudden it's okay. Here's this thing that's going on. You can't run away from it.
Yeah,
I would agree. There's nothing else you really need apart from that. Then we're just watching this couple live through it, and as I said, Mika be a dick and ignore everything he's told and make it worse and worse.
I'm glad you said that, because I remember watching it and I was going, Mika's a bit of a dick.
I said the exact same thing earlier. Yeah, I was like, what a twat. Yeah.
No.
So
he's just a bit of a nominee.
Just do one thing for me. Don't get a Ouija board. He said, yeah, all right. A couple of scenes later, he sat there with a bloody Ouija board.
I didn't buy one. I borrowed one. Shut up, Mika.
That's it. He literally just played with her words, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know,
aren't you a smarty pants, Mika?
Buy it. Yeah.
In your boot cut jeans and no socks.
Didn't notice that. Didn't notice that.
Man, I did. Bare feet everywhere, Mika. Put some shoes on.
And he's got a strange obsession with filming everything, isn't he? I mean, I know for the sake of the movie, he's got to be filming everything, but Jesus Christ, man, put the camera down. I mean, Katie even says it multiple times. Put the camera down. Turn the camera off. You know.
She's a bit soft with it, though, isn't she? I can understand why he just did what he wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she's a bit like, "Oh, stop her." Doesn't really do much. I mean.
Yeah. Gone off on a bit of a tangent, haven't we? But
back on.
Yeah. Luke, I've got to agree with what you said about the story. To be honest, I liked the basic nature of it. You know, it's a simple tale of a demon, isn't it? Basically. And they are quite clever in the way they differentiate it from being a ghost, I think.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. So, yeah, overall, I thought the story was good. You know, basic, but that's all it needed to be. So, I think
it would have like detracted from the what's the word? You know, like the tense feeling. If it went too deep into a story, you'd be thinking more about that. Whereas this one doesn't really let you forget that they're kind of in trouble.
Yeah,
I mean, it's constantly reminding you.
There's just enough peppered in there to make it interesting. There's off comments about, this happened to me when I was a kid and when I was a teenager and stuff. There's a little bit of history hint to that.
Yeah,
just enough to make it a little bit different, but without overdoing it.
Yeah, I would agree. Though I think the pacing is quite good. They do slowly drip feed you little bits and pieces for you to put it all together, you know, and go, oh fuck, hang on, it wants Mika, you know, it's going to kill Mika, and then slowly the realization kicks in, and you know, I'm going to jump ahead now, but like when it smashes the picture of Katie and Mika, but it only like is smashed on Mika's face, and you know, little bits like that, and then I'm thinking, well, you shouldn't be a fucking dick. So
I mean, rewatching it now, I completely get why the demon went after him.
Yeah, I'm on the demon's side. I'm like, get him, fuck him up. So
I would have thrown him into a camera as well.
Yeah, definitely. But so I think we're all in agreement though. Story, top notch.
Decent. Yeah, decent.
Good stuff. Right, let's go talk about the characters, really. And there's not very many, is there? So I think I counted 4. You know. So you've obviously got. Yeah, you got Mika and Katie, and then was that Katie's sister? I maybe switched off.
Mate, wasn't it? I don't know.
Or her
sister's in the sequel. She wasn't in the first one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's it. She mentions her sister, doesn't she, Christy? She's younger. Yeah, but she has a mate round very occasionally, and they're sticking their beads together, aren't they, or whatever? But,
I remember seeing that. I was like, they're making beaded bracelets. Sorry, you just reminded me at the very beginning when we're getting to know them. Katie she knits. She does some beads. She's a student. Yeah, and they've got 2 lounges.
Have they?
Yeah, they've got a sofa in their kitchen, and they've got a sofa in the lounge bit. I was like, and also, how'd they afford that house?
Yeah, hang on. This feels like the most unrealistic part of the film now.
Yeah, I was going to say you just ruined the whole lot.
To be fair, right, they're going to go a bit deeper into the sequence, but they do have this thing where the belief is that the grandma must have made some deal with a demon for some sort of riches, and they would take the first son in the line. So perhaps that got passed down. That's how she bought the house. It's just a guess.
Okay.
No, it's an educated guess, isn't it?
That's good. Yeah. So
I'm going to tell myself that.
It reminds me of Home Alone, doesn't it? Because it wasn't like Kevin McAllister's dad just something like basic, and he had this mansion.
Yeah, about 500 kids living there.
It's craziness.
Oh,
right. Characters.
Yeah, well, like I say, Mika, we all agreed. Absolute bell end. Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah.
Not bad, bell end, twat, dickhead, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Not kind.
No. I thought he started off all right. Like at the beginning, I thought, they seem like a quite a relatable couple. It seems quite real.
Yeah.
And then as it went on, I was like, knob.
I suppose I get it though. In a way, I would never act like that, but you know, to him, he doesn't understand it really. He thinks it's all silliness. He's kind enough to not ridicule her for it really, but he doesn't really take it seriously either.
He does at times. He kind of uses it against her later on, doesn't he? There's a scene where he's like, "Oh yeah, go upstairs and chat to your demon, or whatever.
Hang out with your friend or whatever.
Hang out with your friend." Yeah, He doesn't say it as blunt as I did.
And then she says sorry.
Well, yeah, but she's been messed up. She's been messed up.
Come on, Katie.
She's gone through this before, hasn't she? She can. There's some fear in there, and she doesn't fully understand why.
Yeah.
Because he's just taking the piss.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, like, he's a complete skeptic, isn't he, at the start? But then he's bought the camera to try and capture paranormal activity. So it's like, okay, a little contradiction there, I suppose. But is he just trying to prove that it doesn't exist, or?
It probably starts off that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, knob.
And the doctor was the final guy.
Yeah, Dr. Fredericks, I think. Yeah, and
he was a knob as well.
He was a bit weird, wasn't he? Because he comes in and then he's like, "No, absolutely not." So I'll take my $5,000 of the budget and I'll see you later.
Comes in the first time, says, "I can't do anything. You have to speak to someone else." Then later on, comes back in and says, "Yeah, I still can't do anything, and I'll see you later."
Yeah, it's quite funny. He says the other guy, was it Dr.
Demonologist guy?
I'm going to call him Dr. Ovaries. It ain't, but it's Dr.
Avery. I know what you mean.
Yeah. But Dr. Ovaries is on holiday, so he can't come round. So,
Dr. Ovaries, what a guy.
Yeah. And then he's like, "I can't stay in this room." And not only can he not stay in the room, he bolts the house completely, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
See you later.
I actually think he's not even a doctor, to be fair.
No, I don't think he's a doctor either.
Absolutely. When he walks in and says, "Oh, it really doesn't want me here," I think he was talking about Mika.
Yeah. That's a fair point. Yeah.
Bloody Mika.
So far we've got 2 absolute knobhead characters.
Yeah. The friend's all right. She don't do much, does she? But yeah,
friend's
she's all right.
I can't really have an opinion because
don't do an awful lot, does she? No. But still, good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
And then finally, Katie. So what do we make of her? Yeah.
What do you think? I think she was good.
Yeah, I think she was likeable enough.
That's the job. Yeah. I don't know how well you remember the sequels, but in the second one, there's a. Am I going to spoil it if I say too much? Are you guys going to watch it?
No, go wild.
The second one is set just before the first one, and it's the demon's after the sister, and completely possesses the sister. And in order to move it, her husband finds out that he has to move it to a blood relative, so he moves it to Katie. So that first film, it's kind of tragic when you watch the 2. We only planned to watch the first one after it came up on your wheel, and then we've ended up watching the first 4 again.
I did see. I was like, you had a bit of a binge, didn't you? I was like, oh wow, look, he's going for it good and proper. So
once we started, that was it. We had to work through the series. It's nice in the second one because you find out that it's kind of tragic that they put it on to Katie just to relieve her sister.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember a little bit of the second one. I actually remember enjoying it quite a lot. But like I said the other day, I think it was because I saw it in the cinema with my missus. And one, she's not a massive fan of horror movies and she doesn't like going to the cinema. So when the scary bits happened, there was a moment where she actually like vocally proper fucking screamed. So that made it all the better.
I'm glad you said it though. I'm glad you said it because the cinema experience of the first one, like, it took the world by storm, didn't it? Like, I remember distinctly, like, everyone really showing videos of people in the cinema, and I was like, right, I've got to go to it. And I equally remember seeing it in the cinema and just being terrified. And at the time, there'd been nothing like this.
Yeah, I mean, you had Blair Witch, didn't you, a while ago? But there had been nothing else like it for a long time. So.
But especially like when like when the demon drags her out of the bed that time, where he vamps up his aggression and pulls her out of the bed. I remember at the time just thinking, "What the hell is this? How? Yeah, I've never seen anything like this."
Yeah, it's very, very cleverly done, I would say, and I presume that's where a lot of the budget went. But
they've done it right though, didn't they? They spent it in the right places.
But yeah, because like at first she kind of slowly slips out of the bed, doesn't she? Because I thought, she's kind of like almost fell out of bed legs first, and I was like, hold on, what?
Just blinks out of the bed.
And then next minute, obviously, gets fucking violently dragged out, and she's screaming, and it's a good scare.
It is a good scare, isn't it?
Yeah. Really horrible. I'm going to make sure my feet are well and truly tucked in later when I'm in bed.
So does that lead us quite nicely onto what we think of the jump scares, would you say, or am I going ahead?
No, it does. Yeah,
I think it's quite well. So what do you guys think about the jump scares?
I think Paranormal Activity perfected this thing of this this Where's Wally camera work, where the camera will stay on something, and you're expecting something to happen. Your eyes are searching the room as you would do in your own bedroom in the middle of the night if you're worried something's happening.
Yeah.
You're searching, waiting for something to happen. And the good thing is they don't always make something happen, which makes it more impactful when it does.
Yeah, I remember looking down that hallway with Hawkeyes. Sorry. Yeah, I just remember they always leave that bloody door open, and I'm just always just staring that hallway down, thinking something's happening. And then it typically doesn't, does it? It may be a light or something.
Yeah,
and then actually it's them.
But like you say, that one camera shot of where they have just that static cam perched up in the corner of the bedroom that sees outside of the door. Luke, I love how you put it, the Where's Wally kind of cam, because you are constantly looking around the room. You're like, something's going to happen. Oh, night 10 or whatever. Oh, nothing's happened. Okay. And then a couple of nights later, then she's screaming and being dragged all over the place. And you're like, oh, fucking hell, this is well scary. Yeah. So, it works brilliantly. And it did perfect that. I can't think of another film that has had a camera just in one position for that amount of time.
No,
that causes that much tension.
It was the centre stage, wasn't it? That was the film, really.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do like the way in the jump scares that you can kind of tell that the demon's just kind of slowly getting more pissed off, because it's subtle, isn't it? Like a door moves a little bit, or what was the first one? They find her keys on the floor.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, he's just flat out had enough and just starts throwing them around.
Yeah, I like how you say that. Yeah, it's just done, and he's like, Mika's a dick.
Yeah. It's either that, or what was I thinking of? He was sort of building power up. You know, as they sort of possession films and stuff, they have to build up their power, don't they?
Yeah.
They said it feeds off fear, don't they? So the more being watched as well. They said.
That nails it. Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they said. And there's something about the more you pay attention to him, the worse he gets. So
okay.
They started filming him for a bit, and he started banging up the stairs.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's it. Getting louder and louder footsteps. Yeah, but that does make sense, because Katie, as the film goes on, like once or twice, she's like, "Oh, I can feel something there."
Yeah,
and then later on, she's like, "I can see it. It's over there."
Oh, it's watching us or something.
Yeah, so she's paying more attention to it. So yeah, that fits perfectly. That's good.
And she kind of gets I don't know if she gets possessed. What's that bit where she's outside on the swing? She's kind of possessed then, isn't she? Yeah. She doesn't remember any of it.
Yeah. She's definitely not herself at that point.
No, yeah, that was a weird one. That creeped me out there when he's going outside.
Is that the bit where, it might be a bit later on, where she literally just bolts up in bed and like sits forward?
That's later.
Okay.
Yeah. And she sat outside on the swing.
Oh, yeah, because she does the staring thing, doesn't she? She stands staring at Mika for, I don't know, like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then she just walks off, and he wakes up and sees her just sitting outside rocking on the chair.
Probably just standing there thinking, why is he such a dick?
Yeah,
she's like, how can I get away with murdering this twat?
You see, he's like, listen, look at you, sleeping there like a knobhead.
Turn your fucking camera off and just get out.
Put some shoes on, Mika.
But I don't think there's too many jump scares, but I think that's a good thing. So there is a lot of banging, scratching, rumbling, creaking. But I wouldn't say they're jump scares per se, or big scares. They're just there to up the tension, aren't they, and get you on edge.
Yes, it's a lot of tension.
Yeah, and it does a really good job of that. And when we get to that scene of where she is dragged out and down the stairs, I think it's pretty terrifying, to be honest. Yeah,
it just goes 100 miles an hour, doesn't it? At that point.
Yeah.
And I especially like the bit where she's saying like, "Let's go," and then she's obviously clearly something's happened. She's changed her mind, and then right at the end, she said, "I don't know what she says." Like, "Oh, everything's going to be all right now." But there's that like deep voice played over her, like it's the voice of the demon. I really like that as well, because that's been done a lot in movies. But okay, sorry, again, this was probably one of the first times it was done. And watching it last night, I still got a bit of chills watching that just then as well. I was like, oh shit.
I can tell you still look a little scared, mate, not going to lie.
I do.
Man, I'm terrified. That's why all the lights are on.
Yeah, man.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, so right, we agree. Half the characters are decent, story's decent, half the characters are idiots. The jump scares and the scares in general, and the tension is very good. So,
yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant. So again, that ties us on to another bit that I always like to ask is like the ambiance, I guess, the vibe of the film. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. I know what I think, but I could talk for weeks. So over to you.
Yeah, Luke, what did you make of it, man?
The vibe of the film. I think it's. I mean, it's quite similar to what we said with the camera work in that they kept everything very minimal. You know, there's no music playing, there's no exaggerated effects or anything. It's all it perfectly captures that idea of just a couple in a normal house. It's supposed to be, you know, fairly normal people and stuff going on. And I think that's what made it relatable, which is what made it scary.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, again, I couldn't agree more.
So true.
Yeah. Sums it up perfectly, to be fair. Yeah. I know.
It's pretty much, you can't really add much to that.
No.
That's it.
The end.
Yeah.
But obviously, sometimes I go through like fun tips, don't I? But this one sort of makes sense. I read that there was no script at all. So they kind of just suggested that they, like, this is what's going on, have a normal discussion about it or what you think would be normal. So yeah, it's all pretty much impovised.
That's crazy. Was
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, it's really good, man. If they've improv like most or even all of it, but was there even like storyboarding or anything like that, or have they just said they must have almost kind of set the scene or had a bit of direction into what's going on?
So from what I understand, they just sort of briefed them before each scene and said, "This is what's happening. This is how you're feeling, guys."
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Katie must have freaked them all out when she jumped out the bed foot first and went down the corridor.
I was going to say
they didn't tell Mika about it as well.
Yeah.
And then really, it's like, oh shit. But I think that ties into what Luke said about it being relatable, and it is kind of just two people having conversations, and also that Katie and Mika are their actual names. The actors' real names are Katie and Mika as well. So kind of make the whole thing just feel way more natural and relatable.
Yeah, I'd agree. I was quite surprised at that. I don't really know why they did that, but yeah, I suppose it works for the actors. They're not got to worry about getting the name wrong, have they? So
if it was all intentional, then it's perfectly done.
Yeah, it makes it feel more authentic, I guess, if they're just chatting to each other, using real names, talking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
True story. True story. That's it. So I've got a couple of other facts. Not many on this one. But so I'm presuming the version we all watched is the one where Mika gets thrown at the camera at the end. Yeah. So that's the theatrical release ending. So there's actually 3 other endings.
Yeah.
One of them I've seen a very long time ago. So the film was made in 2007, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But it didn't actually get released until 2009.
Really?
It went around the festivals and stuff, and this is where the multiple ending things comes in, because it played at 2 festivals in particular, something called Screamfest and something called Burbank Festival, which I'm presuming are both in America. But the original ending was going to be so all the kerfuffle happens downstairs, you know, just the absolute screaming of Katie and Mika goes down, and then she kills Mika downstairs off camera. And then it cuts to like the neighbor coming in the next day or whatever and finding Mika's body, and then the cops turning up. And then
I've seen this one as well.
Yeah, the cops come upstairs and Katie's in the room and she rushes them and one of the cops shoots her dead.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the original ending.
I remember seeing that.
Not a massive fan.
There was another one, wasn't it? A discussion of she doesn't remember any of it and she's just trying to find where Mika is. Or is that the same one?
I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen anything about that. Yeah, the other couple that I know. So there was one where Katie's grinning at the camera, so a bit kind of similar. She's coming towards the camera, grinning at it, and then she slices her own throat, and then and then apparently you see the demon release from her body.
It's ringing a bell, but I can't picture it.
I don't know. I don't think it was actually released to the public. I don't think you'll be able to see that anywhere. The cop one I've seen a long time ago. And then finally, there was one that wasn't actually filmed. So this one involved Katie like bludgeoning Mika in the bedroom with his own camera. And it was from the camera's point of view. but apparently
see her zoom in.
but apparently the idea was there, but the execution was too hard to pull off. They couldn't get it to work right, and so they didn't film it in the end. So
couldn't you just actually beat him with a camera?
I mean, I would have loved that. Yeah.
No need for effects.
So, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, just a few little, hopefully interesting facts for you there. You know.
No, I like that.
So yeah, overall, what would you give the movie then? Should we say out of 10? You know.
Yeah, guess first.
Guess first. That's right.
Yeah.
That's a really hard question.
So I'll be asking, Luke.
Yeah, because it's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to look at it without thinking back to when it first came out. Because obviously we've had Blair Witch, and Blair Witch had introduced us to this idea of hand camera horror.
Yeah.
And it was very effective because of how real it felt. And for a while, it didn't feel like anything else was going to sort of capture that magic. And we had Dot Rec, which is absolutely brilliant as well. That was on my list, which is another one. And I think what Paranormal did different is that they took the real feeling of Blair Witch and they amplified that by taking it out of a setting that we're not used to, you know, out in the middle of the woods, lost, stuck in a loop, etc., and just putting it in a normal home and attaching this demon to a person, so you can't escape it, and it's just in your normal life. So I think when I think back to that, you know, at the time it was probably maybe an 8 or a 9 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what it'd be like watching it now, because there's a whole load of other handheld horror since. I personally don't think anybody else has done it as well as Direct, Witch, or Paranormal, but there's still a lot of good ones. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 8 or 9, I think.
Yeah, no worries. Grant, what do you think then?
Yeah, well, I'm not as intelligent as Luke, so I can't give as good an answer as that. But again, I can tie into what he touched on and what I sort of mentioned earlier about how I felt when I first saw it, and almost like the movements it made in horrors, and I still think it's one of the best. And I particularly love handheld horrors, found footage horrors, and this is still up there. You know, I love Grave Encounters, but this one is up there with it. So I'd go over 9 out of 10 as well. Nice.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
You both made some really valid points. I think I'm gonna rewatching it today. I didn't find it quite as scary, but like Luke, like you were saying, trying to think back to when it came out, I do remember literally being glued to it, and my eyes were everywhere around the screen and stuff, you know, and the tension was there and stuff. But I'm gonna give it a solid 8, I think.
That's all right.
That's a good score.
I think that's good. Yeah, good score. So I think we're all around the same kind of ballpark, aren't we? Really?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good. That's cool. It's nice to agree.
It's been fun.
Yeah, and so let's just finish up then. Luke, did you want to mention a couple of the other movies that were on your wheel, maybe?
Yeah, so I did keep a list of what was on there. So obviously we did the wheel and it landed on Paranormal.
Yeah,
I had Alien on there, obviously. Alien being one of my favourites.
Yeah.
The Thing, of course, John Carpenter classic.
Great choice.
Love it.
28 Days Later, which I still think is, even now, is one of the best. I know it's not zombie, it's zombie adjacent films.
These are good.
The Descent as well, incredibly underrated film.
Yeah,
love The Descent.
Yeah.
I've already mentioned Dot Rec.
That's great as well.
Come on, was on there. And then some unusual ones, Vivarium. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Vivarium. Yeah, love it.
Great film. Yeah.
It's so good.
You might be the first person I spoke to who's actually seen it. It's great.
No, it was one of those ones that get a bit like As Above, So Below. I didn't know what the hell I was watching, but my God, it's a good film.
Guess what?
You ain't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Ben.
It's kind of my list.
Yeah.
There you go.
It is really good.
The next one was A Dark Song. I don't know if either of you have heard of that.
That doesn't ring a bell.
No.
We sort of found this by accident a bit when we were just looking for random horrors to watch. And it's a film where, for most of it, there's only 2 people in it. And it's about this woman trying to contact the dead, and this fella claims he can do it, but in order to do it, he has to put her through some horrible trials.
Okay.
And a lot of the film, there's not much happening. It's very quiet. It's just 2 people, but it gets really good. It's worth watching.
I'll have a look at that one. Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah, definitely.
What else was on there? Saint Maud as well.
That's
one of the best in recent years.
Yeah. I won't spoil what happens, but that ending was.
Yeah, that final show.
Just wow.
The Ritual.
Oh,
Great film.
Yep.
The Ritual is one of my favourites.
Excellent movie.
Yeah, I love that. Really good one. Yeah.
Creep. Have you really seen Creep?
Yeah, I love Creep. Yeah.
Hold on,
That was
because there's two different creeps, isn't there? Not the
Not
one in
the London
not the train
Underground creep.
station.
No. This is
The weird guy in the woods.
The guy in the
Weird
mask.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great film.
Haven't seen that.
And then
Oh, God.
you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh,
I've seen
good.
Creep 2 as well, Ben.
I'm writing these down, by the way. A Dark Song and Creep, but definitely on my
These are
list now.
great choices.
Yeah, Creep and Creep 2 are well worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course Paranormal Activity and Us was the other one.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, good film. I like Us.
there's some good. We could have done a podcast for every single one of them.
Yeah,
Maybe,
definitely. I mean,
I generally love all of them.
Yeah, I love a good home invasion. So yeah, Us is right up my street.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Yeah, that was the
Right.
list.
I think
That
that
is
covers it.
There
top-notch
was
list.
Saw on there, of course, but we took that off because that's going to be a separate thing one day.
Yeah. We'll have a good
Exactly
hour
right.
about we'll have a good hour about Saw soon, without a doubt.
Yeah, we could fill 20 hours with Saw.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, let's wrap it up. So, Luke, if you want to let everyone know where they can find you online, if you want to give yourself a shout out, if you don't worry. But if you do, go for it, mate.
I think if you want to find the game stuff, just look for Iconiq with a Q Studio Games on Facebook, or put my name into Amazon to see the various books. There's a couple of horror ones in there and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
Excellent.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I'm going to do that now.
Cheers.
Yeah. Well,
It's been a pleasure having you. We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
very
for
much.
having me on, honestly, and really great work with the podcast and the group as well. It's a great group.
Appreciate that, Luke. Thank you very much, man. We will
Thank you so
talk
much.
soon.
Right, guys, thank you so much for listening. That was a lot of fun talking to Luke about all things horror. I love Paranormal Activity, and I love the board games.
Yeah, without a doubt, Paranormal Activity is an absolute classic in my eyes. Yeah, and the board games, top class.
So excited. As always, guys, thank you so much for listening. You can get us on all over social media. We're on multiple podcast places. And sorry to beat an old drum here, but we've got a lot of cool stuff over on Patreon, so please feel free to sign up.
Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.